On a day that Tamil Nadu witnessed a lot of political drama as the battle for supremacy over AIADMK continues. The latest from Chennai is that EPS has been appointed as the interim general secretary of the AIADMK and OPS has been expelled from the party. But the drama is far from over. And to break down what exactly happened today and to give us a sense of what can be expected over the next few days, joining me now is my colleague Shabbir Ahmed, our Tamil Nadu Bureau Chief and Senior Editor. Before we get on to Shabbir, what is happening, just give us a roundup of all the drama that you've witnessed for the millionth time in Tamil Nadu.
So this is something that we have been seeing over and over again. The fight for AIADMK leadership is something that's still continuing. In fact, the previous fight was for Jayalalitha's legacy, and now it's for AIADMK's leadership. So what exactly happened today is that the General Council meeting happened in Chennai, and in fact, OPS tried several attempts to stall the meeting. He had approached the court. The court gave a green signal saying that there is no bar to to hold the General Council meeting. And armed with that order from the Madras High Court, EPS went on to accomplish what he wanted to do, because dual leadership is something that was not working in the AIADMK according to Edappadi K. Palaniswamy's faction. In fact, time and again leaders have been saying that this dual leadership formula in the AIADMK is not working. It's a hindrance, it's a hurdle, because whenever they want to take some sort of decision, there is confusion within the party, because OPS is not willing to agree to certain terms or certain decisions. So he keeps stalling this entire process of running the party. So the fight, the infighting within the AIADMK, it reached the pinnacle during the previous, the last Rajya Sabha elections, where EPS wanted to nominate two people from the party. So basically, he wanted to give seats for his own supporters. In this case, it was D. Jayakumar, who wanted to be, nominated as the Rajya Sabha MP candidate, but that did not happen. And there was a lot of unrest within the AIADMK, and that's when they decided that they have to do away with this dual leadership pattern, and there should be a single leadership. And the AIADMK headquarters, all the secretaries and the district secretaries came together, and there was literally, the meeting that happened on 14th June was an ambush, where OPS was cornered in that meeting, and OPS walked out of that meeting. He did not speak about anything about dual leadership or anything like that, but he walked away from that meeting. And later, he said that he is rejecting the idea of single leadership as far as the AIADMK is concerned. Then he went to the court, and then he got the single judge clearly said that they cannot interfere into the affairs of the AIADMK or the General Council, because it's a party event, and they cannot dictate as to what exactly the party workers or leaders should be discussing in that General Council meeting. And later there was a midnight hearing in which EPS had faced a setback, because there was a clear stay. There was 23 resolutions that they wanted to pass, and and there was a special resolution for single leadership that was stalled by OPS successfully, and OPS had bought some time. And today, what EPS wanted, he has achieved. He has become the interim general secretary of the AIADMK, and he has also successfully sacked OPS and his supporters from the party. OPS had 4 supporters, and all 4 of them have been sacked. And now the drama will play out in the election commission, and then OPS faction will go to the court. EPS faction will also go to the court. So now the process of what exactly will happen in ADMK will be decided by the election commission and by the court.
I want to get a little more details from you on what will happen next. But before that, just a quick word on what happened in that council meeting today. For viewers who are not keeping track of what was taking place since morning, 16 resolutions were passed. All of this, even as Shabbir rightly mentioned, OPS had stormed out. His supporters were not even present. One significant outcome, Shabbir, is that the 2017 resolution that was passed by the earlier General Council, which had announced that Jayalalitha will be the eternal General Secretary, has now effectively been struck down, with EPS been announced as the interim sole general secretary. What message does this send? Because a few days ago in a press conference, OPS had mentioned that this is a betrayal of Jayalalitha and her legacy. Is that a sentiment that you found when you spoke to party cadres and other party leaders, or now they want single leadership irrespective of what it means?
See, it looks like the entire party wants a strong leader, because that's something that AIADMK has been used to. It was MGR, after that it was Jayalalitha. So the entire party high command was handled by a powerful leader. It was a powerful leader at the helm of affairs of the AIADMK. That's how the party has been functioning. As far as the ideology is concerned, the party has, moreover, they don't follow, they are not as ideological as DMK or any other political party. It was only the leader who was managing the affairs of the party. As far as the AIADMK is concerned, that's how the party workers and cadres are used to. They will be a leader of the party, and like what happened in Jayalalitha's time or what happened during MJR's time, it was a cult figure. Right. So they will follow the leader, and that's something that AIADMK party workers are used to. And after the demise of J. Jayalalitha, it was VK Sasikala who was seen as someone who can take the reins of the party and who can command the party. But because of the infighting within the AIADMK, earlier the fight was between OPS and VK Sasikala, and later EPS and OPS joined hands and they wanted to boot out Sasikala from the party. They were quite successful in doing all that. And what OPS did to Sasikala, the same thing is happening to him now. So that's something which is very clear. And EPS, being a very smart player, he knows how to do things. And over a period of time, EPS has managed to gain the support of majority of the district secretaries, and he has also managed to get the support of at least 2,600 general council members, and he has also got the support of the several caste factions within the AIADMK. So EPS has managed things quite well, and that has worked in his favor. Whereas OPS, it's very clear that from the time when Dharma Yuddham happened, when he went on to stage a protest at Jayalalitha Samadhi, that midnight protest, after that, OPS has been trying to cling on to AIADMK. He has bargained well and he has managed to get that position of the coordinator. But he did not have any command over the party. Though being the top leader of the AIADMK, he was not a powerful leader within the AIADMK. Yes, he was a popular face in the AIADMK, but he was not powerful. And EPS used his chief ministership and the command that he had over the party and other MLAs and all of it. EPS used all that in his favor, and now things are moving in EPS's favor, and that's what we are seeing. As far as OPS is concerned, people who were earlier supporting OPS, all of them are now supporting EPS. If you see KP Munusamy was with O Pannirselvam during the Dharma Yuddham, Nattam Vishwanathan, Ponnayan, and all the top leaders of the AIADMK have now shifted to EPS camp, and that is the reason why OPS is being sidelined. He is being singled out, and this time around, it's quite clear that EPS did not want to drag this fight for a very long time, because dual leadership is something which was not working. It was very clear, because EPS will issue a statement and then OPS will come up with a different kind of statement, or both leaders were not meeting eye to eye. In fact, they did not have a proper coordination on several issues. The AIADMK was laid back, and because of that, BJP was trying to create a perception that they are the main players as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, or they are playing the role of a main opposition. So all these problems were there in the AIADMK. So EPS decided that this is the right time for him to make that move and ensure that he captures the top post of the AIADMK, of course with the support of general council members, with the support of majority of senior leaders. As far as EPS is concerned, he is very junior. There are other senior leaders in the party like Sengotayan or Semmalai. These are all senior leaders from that western region of Tamil Nadu. But being the chief minister, he was there as the chief minister for at least 4 years, and that has helped EPS to gain that support of the party workers, and he has managed to achieve what he wanted today. And now, like I said earlier, the battle is now going to play out in different forms. It's going to play out at the election commission. It's going to play out at the at the courts. Now we will have to wait and see. But the problem here is, as far as OPS is concerned, he knew that he was losing in this game, because he managed to stall the general council meeting that was supposed to happen on 23rd, where a similar resolution was supposed to be passed. He was only able to stall that. He wasn't able to garner the support of majority of general council members or the other leaders in the party, and that was very clear indication that OPS was on his way out, and it was end game for OPS. And all he could do today is to manage that he could get that AIADMK headquarters sealed.
Right.
That's about it.
Right. So tell us, since you mentioned that, do tell our viewers about what happened since morning. We saw vandalism, we saw a little bit of violence. So just tell us what really was witnessed.
Well, this was all expected, because see, one thing is very clear: OPS was losing in this game. He had 10 days, 15 days time. He visited his hometown. He went to Madurai. He was greeted by his supporters and all of it. He wanted to win over the party workers, and he wanted to win over the general council members, but all that did not materialize. It did not happen. So today OPS should have been there at the general council meeting, but OPS decided that he will be heading towards the AIADMK headquarters. And while OPS was on his way to Vanagaram, where the general council meeting was happening, OPS decided that he'll go to the party headquarters. And it was quite clear that EPS also had his own people there stationed at the party headquarters. Then there was stone pelting. Then there was violence that was witnessed in and outside AIADMK headquarters. And after that, OPS decided that he'll go sit there and have consultations with the party workers and his supporters at the AIADMK headquarters. But now, both groups are staking claim for the AIADMK headquarters. Right. The police had to intervene because there is law and order problem. Yeah. And now the revenue department officials have sealed the AIADMK headquarters. It's just a process. Now that EPS faction can approach the revenue department officials, and they can say that they can approach the court and get the AIADMK headquarters de-sealed. But clearly, one thing is very clear, that EPS has sealed the fate of OPS. Right. That's something that is a big takeaway from this AIADMK General Council meeting. As far as OPS is concerned, he was holding the post of coordinator. He was holding the post of treasurer of the party, which is one of the powerful posts in the AIADMK. All that has been taken away from OPS. OPS has literally been reduced to to nobody as far as AIADMK is concerned. Now we will have to wait and see what OPS is going to do, whether he's going to go approach the election commission, or whether he's going to go challenge this entire appointment of.
So what are the options that he can possibly?
See, there are multiple options before OPS. What all are legal options. He cannot win over the support of majority of the general council members. That's something which is very clear, that OPS cannot garner the support of party workers or the general council or the top leaders of the AIADMK. So what OPS can do is now approach the election commission. Already he has written a letter to the election commission. Now he can go approach the election commission, or he can challenge this appointment of Edappadi K. Palaniswamy as the interim general secretary of the AIADMK, and then and that's about it. That's all he can do.
Right.
Or else he can join hands with BK Sasikala, who also claims that she is the general secretary of the AIADMK, and go about saying that we will retrieve the AIADMK. It's going to be a Dharma Yuddham 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0 or different kinds of Dharma Yuddham that he wants to launch. So that's about it. OPS clearly has been sidelined in the AIADMK, and the larger message from this general council meeting is EPS has emerged as a powerful leader of the AIADMK. Now the challenges before Edappadi K. Palaniswamy is to try and once again regain all the support, because remember, when both factions merged in 2017, it was very clear that the party was divided on caste lines.
Yeah.
So now he has to regain the support, consolidate the support from all the caste leaders, and particularly the Devar community, which is now seeing EPS as a villain.
Yeah.
So now he has to regain all that support, and he has also, and OPS should, sorry, EPS should also project himself as the opposition party leader, because AIADMK has not been playing the role of the opposition. So that place has been like now taken over by BJP or other political parties. So now he has to project himself as the opposition party leader and put up a tough fight against the DMK in the run up to 2024 elections. If EPS manages to do all that, probably he stands a chance of of being accepted as a leader in the IADMK. Now the problems in the IADMK begins, the real problems, of a caste divide. It's very clear that earlier when EPS sidelined Sasikala, it was seen as he's trying to sideline the Devar community, which is a traditional vote bank of the IADMK. And now again, OPS is being sidelined. He also belongs to the Devar community. So there is this general feeling among people in the south that EPS is moving against one particular community, or he is like targeting one particular community. Now EPS should go all out of his way to appease that community and bring them back into AIADMK fold. He has leaders. For example, if you see, he has removed OPS as the treasurer. In his place, he has made Dindikal Srinivasan as the treasurer of the party, which also is one indication that OPS wants to ensure that appease that particular community. So the divide in the IADMK has now become little deep, and this is when the problems will crop up in days to come. If leaders are traveling to the southern districts, how well they are being received, what will be the reaction from those people? That's something that we will have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shabbir. While for EPS, he has won one battle, there are several more that he can expect. But more importantly, why this is relevant to Tamil Nadu overall would be to see, will the Dravidian giants fight each other, or with AIADMK's importance reducing, will BJP get a foot in the door, sort of a thing? Because that's the perception that the BJP has been giving. Will that actually materialize or not depends on what road EPS takes. Shabbir has written extensively over the last few days on the importance of what is happening, the run-up to today's showdown, and he'll also keep track of all the developments. Our team in Chennai will keep putting out videos as well as copies, articles on our website. Do visit our website to get updated and in-depth analysis of all the political drama taking place in Tamil Nadu. Meanwhile, do not forget to become a member of the News Minute community. We can do independent journalism only with your support, and we are counting on you, relying on you for your continued support. Do become a member of the News Minute family today, and do not forget to go to our YouTube channels. Shabbir comes with a show every week where he breaks down one very important issue. So do catch his shows on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. This is Pooja Prasanna signing off for the News Minute.